Good morning, happy Tuesday to you all. Welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today I'm going to be making the puzzle book. I was having a little think about those, I think they're Chinese, maybe Japanese. They're like puzzle boxes and you have to find the little bit that you take out and then it will slide open. Or maybe things like a Da Vinci Code and you tend to have a barrel and you have to almost find like a padlock number code and then it'll open and there's a secret treasure inside. So I thought I would try. Now, I've not done this before, so it might be a disaster. You can discover with me, but I think it'll be all right. I'm going to try and make a puzzle book. So I have an array here, of various papers and things. Some new that were part of my Christmas goodies, others that have been around for some time that we need to use up. And I started to make my base to save time. And what I've basically done is I've pulled out some Christmas cards. I've torn off the fronts and they're going to go in my Christmas box ready for journaling later in the year when we're back on doing Christmas stuff. And then I have got all of the bits, you know, that are written on, and I have cut them to 4x6 on the majority to give me like postcard size. So if this works and you want to join in, you are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4x6 pieces of card. Okay, so they're 6 along and 4 high. I've also then used the cover of a paper pad and I have cut one piece. Let's measure it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is the full length. That's 12 inches. Okay. And I have scored it at 6, 6.5. And that's giving me a 1/2 inch spine. And you see it's slightly short because this will be 5.5 and this will be 6. And then with another piece of that same cover, I have cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 inches. I have gone in 4 inches, scored at 4.5, and that also gives me a 1/2 inch spine. And the idea is that the short piece goes over the long piece and the long piece goes over the short piece. And that is going to give us a case. That's the outside of our puzzle book. Okay. I've then cut a piece that is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 by 4. One piece that is 4.5 by 4. And the idea is that that is going to sit on top of there. And then another piece that is again 4 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 3.5 wide, and that is going to sit over there like that. Okay, I'll go through it with you again. I know that was quite quick. All those bits and pieces to decorate, and then I've just got a sheet of A4 coffee dyed paper that I am going to pull ruler width, which is roughly 1 inch. Let's measure it. Done this before. This ruler is 1 inch. I'm going to tear off inch strips to act as hinges. Okay, so there's one. Now we had 6 cards originally, didn't we? So we need 6 hinges. 2, 3, 5 and 6. And then we need 3 more for this one, because we are going to need an extra one there, and then we're going to need one there and one there for our door openings. So that's 6 originally, and then 3 more. So you need 9 1-inch strips, and you're going to get these all out of, all 9 of them you will get out of this one A4 sheet. And we are going to make our puzzle book. Got a little bit left that we can save for something else. Now I'm going to fold all of these in half. This is not complicated at all. It may seem like it because I've barked orders at you, 6 of this, 1 of that, but 9 of that. Honestly, it's not hard at all. So take each of your inch strips and simply fold them in half, and that is going to, whoops, in half I said, Claire, that's not half, is it? And that's going to create you your hinges so that everything can connect. So while I'm folding these, how is everybody? Are you all happy, safe and well? I hope so. It's all pretty good and normal here. Nothing much to report. We did have a bit of an outing at the weekend. It was quite nice. Went off to London, saw the King. Well, we didn't see the King, but we drove past the King's house. Went up past Buckingham Palace and around the Marble Arch area. We had quite a nice time. So that was on Sunday. Saturday we were just really here. Hubby was pottering around at my daughter's house. She had a couple of jobs that needed doing. That's about it, really. I went and saw my mum yesterday. It was that time where I go and visit her, and as always she'd been scouring the charity shops for me. Gave me a lovely bag full of bits and pieces. I'll be honest, I'm yet to go through them properly. I did look quickly while I was with her yesterday, but then I came home and got on with house stuff. Now, we had lovely roast dinner last night where we'd been out on Sunday. We hadn't had our Sunday roast, so we had that last night. So I was busy just doing that and stuff. So now here I am today with you wonderful people, and we are making a puzzle book, and I'm thinking that I am going to absolutely love this, and it's probably going to become one of my new favourites. And I'm already thinking of further ways of adapting this. I'm already thinking of extra adaptations to make it something else. Dreadful, isn't it? I haven't even made this one yet. I did do a bit of a prototype, and whilst my prototype isn't exactly the same as this, because here you go, the ideas kept coming and things kept changing, yeah, it did work. So obviously we are using the scrap Christmas cards as our bases. If you haven't got them, you've already thrown them away or whatever, you can use any kind of scrap card. If you've got any of those Amazon envelopes or anything like that. Okay, so our cover, which is these pieces, which is from the paper pad, we're going to set them aside. We do not want them for the time being. Now we need all of our 6x4s. Okay, so this first one I want to be up in our puzzle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I need some book page for gluing. Right, got some book page. So I'm going to run my glue across the edge there. I'm then with my 2 pieces into the card and my folded piece on the edge, I'm going to apply my hinge right up to the edge, press it down, make sure it's nicely stuck, and you can trim off this piece. Okay, keep that, we might need it. Okay, so that's our first hinge. I'm then going to take our second card and I'm going to glue the actual hinge. So by gluing the hinge, I'm then going to line my second card up to it like that. Okay, and there's our hinge. So now we've got an open and shut, a bit like a book. Okay, now the next one, can't separate my cards, they're sticking to each other. Right, the next one, so this opens up and comes down. Now because it's a puzzle, I now want this one to go open that way. So I'm going to run glue down that side and I'm going to put a new hinge, again with the 2 pieces on the inside and the fold on the edge. I'm going to put that right on the edge, press it home and trim it off. Okay, like so. So now what we've got is we've got a page that goes up and comes down, and we've got a hinge going that way. So if we add glue to the edge and we line our hinge up, okay, line your hinge up like so, press that home and that's going to shut. So now we've got one that comes up, comes down, and one that goes that way. Okay, I now want one that's going to come down. So I'm going to glue this side. Oh, where's my glue book? Being naughty. Glue this side. Got a lot of excess glue there that we didn't need. That's not very good. Offer again the hinge exactly the same way. Folded piece on the edge and the 2 open pieces to the middle, and press that home. Turn it over and trim it like so. Okay, so now we've got one that goes up, we've got one that goes to the right, and we are ready to have one that comes down. And this one that comes down is the one that I want to put my doors on. So I'm going to glue up the hinge. You can glue the card or the hinge, it doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to line that up again and stick that down. Okay, so we have got one that goes up, one and closes, one that goes to the right and closes, I'm sticking to my glue book, and one that comes down. Okay, so now on this one I want to put my doors. So what we need to do here is we need to glue this piece, and it doesn't matter whether you put the long piece on the right or the left, it's entirely up to you, it really doesn't matter. Line your hinge up in exactly the same way again, unpress that home. Whoops. And trim that off. Okay. Get rid of this glue page because that's now super sticky. So now we've got our hinge on here, and this is going to go on the side there. So glue up your hinge or your card, whichever way round you choose to do it. Whoops. Flip that out and join that to that one, like so. Okay, so that is going to sit like that, and then we're going to do exactly the same on this side with the smaller one. So glue up the edge, put on your hinge like so. Okay, trim that off. That one's not quite on the edge, just need to line that up a little bit better. That's better. Trim that off, and then we're going to open up our hinge, glue the hinge. Whoops. And we're going to put this on here. Okay. Right. So now, you ready? This one goes up and comes down. It goes to the right and comes back. It then comes down, and when it comes down we've got a short door and a long door, and now we want a secret piece behind those doors. So we are going to put a hinge on here. This is the short one. Okay. Why do I feel like I've not got enough? Yes, I have. I felt like I didn't have enough hinges for a minute. We're going to adhere our hinge again. Make sure it's all nicely lined up. Trim this off like so. Glue up our hinge. And we need to make sure that this sits nicely in the middle of this one. Okay, so now we've got a secret puzzle piece inside our puzzle. Okay, now we have gone up, right, down, secret puzzle. But what we haven't done is gone to the left. So this time our hinge goes on there. And we put our hinge on there. I believe that's right on the edge. Hard to see because I've got a few layers now. Right. Get that on the edge. Yep. Lovely. Trim that off. Like so. And now obviously we want this one here. So let's glue up our hinge again. And let's put this one on there. And then that should all sit nicely flat there. If you've got some extra bits here, just trim them away. Okay, let's double check. So we go up, we come down, we go to the right, we come back, we come down, and that's where our puzzle inside a puzzle is. We come back, we come to the left, and now we want to go to the top. So our last one is going on the top. Excuse me. And again, we apply our hinge like so. Make sure you've got it level. Trim that off. And then this one, whoops, again, it's all repetitive. It's just, you're repeating exactly the same process. You are just putting the hinges on different sides of your cards. That's all it is. Okay. Right, let's make sure this is all nicely lined up. All our spare pieces over there. Let's move our glue book because we don't need that at the moment. Okay, so this is the finished article, as it were, the bones. So we go up, we go to the right, we come down, and that's where our inner puzzle is, because our door's open and there's a secret one there. And then we go to the left, and then we go up. Okay, there's our puzzle book. Now, what I will be doing is gluing the very last one to the large area of the cover. So the one that's 6 is where I'm going to glue that, so that it operates within its cover. But I don't want to do that yet because we need to decorate our pages. Okay, so we're still leaving our cover to one side. And now we're going to just have some fun decorating up our pages. Now, I probably won't be able to fit it all on camera, but if anybody wants to see how it looks, it can sort of fit when it's all open and not stuck down. That's how it looks. So you've got 2, 2, 2. 2 to the left, 2 in the centre, and 2 to the right. Okay? And then it would go down, over, up, across and down. And that's your book. Okay? So that's our puzzle. And now I'm going to just use all of my lovely pieces to decorate it up. So what have I got here? Well, this is some lovely ombre marble paper that I got for Christmas. This is some vintage style paper that I got for Christmas, so I could use some of these. I've got replica vintage pieces here. Got washi tape. I've got odds and ends from various places here that we could also think about using. And there's buttons and things in there. So I've got lots and lots of stuff. There's some craft clock papers in purple. There's an Air 8x8. There's a Tim Holtz 8x8. And there's just all sorts of bits and pieces in here as well. So whatever you've got to make up your pretty pages, I've also got numbers and Scrabble letters, so I'm just going to set 2 and decorate. So I'm going to open it up each time so that I know which page I'm working on, and also I know which direction that my decoration needs to go in. So I think I'm going to start with one of these vintage pages. I like this one This one, which is newsprint, and you can see it's slightly short, but that doesn't bother me because I'm not going to be using just this. So I'm going to start there, but I'm going to pull off this piece here to use something else. So basically I'm just collage decorating my pages. That's what I'm doing. Like so. And I'm going close to the edge, but I want to make sure that I don't go over the edge because I don't want to have to start trimming. If I have to start trimming, I'm potentially going to cut one of my hinges and then we're going to have a problem. So if I end up doing that, then I'm going to be very cross. So what have we got in here? Oh, we've got this lovely light pine. So we might tee around here. And obviously you can put pockets on these as well. I made quite a lot of coin pockets when I was sorting through my scraps and die cutting. Was that last week or the week before? I can't quite remember now. So we could do things like that. See, so we can have that there. What else got? We've got some music paper, we've got some stamps. Just going through really and collaging up. So this is faux music paper because this is printed. It's printed music paper. It's not real. So I think we'll have that coming across here. Yep. So that can come across here like so. So what are you all up to? What are you working on? Are you using up your Christmas scraps to get free crafting? Did you have stuff for Christmas that's encouraged you to maybe do something? Oh look, poppy, we've got to have a poppy, haven't we? Although I was going to use this fern. Did you have something for Christmas to encourage you to a new kind of craft maybe? As you know, I've been slowly moving into fabric and stitching, so I've definitely been doing a lot of that. Right, so we're going to bring that across there like so. We're going to have a little tear down there. Line that up there, like, whoops, like so, and right on the edge like that. I can always ink round. That will obviously cover up any edges that I've got. Okay, we need something down this bottom corner. What have we got that might be nice to go down there? Just looking through all of these. I'm wondering if we use some of this lovely marble. We've got blue flower there. That feels a little bit too strong a blue. Oh, that one there might work, because although it's a stronger blue, it has got that purple in. So I'm going to take a strip like that across here. Maybe that's too thick, isn't it? Let's trim that down a little bit, and on the angle. So maybe like that. Liking that. Now I need to get some ink, don't I? I didn't think about inking, so let's get some ink out my drawer. I'm going to go for the trusty brown as always, and then a brush, and I will bring in, I say brown, it's the archival sepia, but you've heard me say that many times. I'm just going to ink up because I don't want that white edge. Let me just put a little bit around. Okay, so then glue this up like so. Add that to that bottom corner, and that's gonna add an edge to that page for me like that. Okay, obviously I want a top adornment. I'm not sure if I would maybe like a coin pocket or just a standard pocket or something. So for now I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to come over and I'm going to decorate the other side, but I must remember which direction. So now I'm coming down. So we don't want to use all the same papers, but we do want to keep it cohesive. So we're going to start through the middle with a piece of music paper. Line it on that edge. Remember what I said about trying not to trim. I mean, if you're better at trimming than me, then good luck to you, go for it. But I don't want to be trimming and risking cutting my hinges, because I'm rubbish at trimming. So that's why I would rather go slightly inside my page and ink the edge. So we're laying this up. I think obviously you are going to cover your hinge. I think I'm going to go there with that. So what are we coming along here with? Where's the purple that we tore? Here. I think this time I'll come down that side. So I'm just using the same sheet. I will rub some ink on it again because I don't want the white edge, especially with all that lovely colour. And obviously you can do this any theme that you like. I just said about not wanting to trim, and now look, I'm going to have to trim this because it's much too long. Now the only thing I would say is, obviously I am trimming the outer edge. I'm not trimming one of the sides that's got a hinge on, because my hinge is here and I'm, if need be, going to trim up there. So that's not a problem to me there. And if I just slide that in a little bit and trim that off now, like so. Okay, I've got to get an excess bit of that there, and just collage your way really with what you've got and what you fancy. There's an odd scrap of Paris there. So let's put this little stamp on. Like so. Those of you that love to do a collage masterboard, this is pretty perfect, really, because it allows you to build up all sorts of bits and pieces. So I'm going to tear this in half. I'm going to use the top half, I think. And I'm going to line that up over that stamp like so. Then I'm going to use this piece of that. This is one of those like fabric sample card tabs. I'm going to pop that over there like that. And also that's a bit purpley, so that will join in with our edge piece there. This one I wanted to put down there like that, so I just need this little bit around the corner here. So what else have we got here that we can be using? Oh, I've got a bit of handmade paper here. This would go on there quite nicely, wouldn't it? We could put that on the hinge there, and that'll just fit across there. Now the only thing I'll say to you is handmade paper is a bit of a nightmare to stick. Well, I found so anyway. So I'm putting my glue stick down, but then I'm also going to put a bit of PVA on top. Well, I am, if I can get any out. There we go. I'm just going to use the nozzle to spread that about a bit. Like that. Okay. I'm going to press that. Now I've done that, and I've realised, apart from that little tiny bit there, you can't now see that music paper. And if we put that there, which I wanted to do, that music paper is going to disappear completely apart from that bit there, which seems a bit silly. So I just want to see if I could find something smaller. There we go. Find something smaller so that I don't lose my music paper. I keep trying to put that pine in, don't I? And it keeps running away from me. There we go. So that's that one. So there's the down. There's the up. Okay, and now this one is going that way, so it's this direction again. Okay, now this is one of those pre-done on its own thingies. Oh, I like this one because again we've got lavender, which has got a bit of that purple in, so I'm going to tear that across here, like so. Glue that up. So as I say, very simple collage really is all I'm doing here. You know I love a bit of collage, but also I am using up stuff that I've had on my desk for quite some time. Make sure you don't go over your hinge fold. Obviously you're covering the hinge up, but you don't want to go over the fold area. Okay, now the pine is a bit wintry, so it shouldn't really be that. See, we can't use that again. where was our newspaper that we had earlier? I think I'm going to tear off a straight line, which we can use that odd bit later on. And I'm going to, I like that big print there. So tear that off about there. It is going to overhang. So I'm going to now sort of angle it like that, and then we can put something else under there. So I suppose this is where we come back with our music paper again. They're too small. And I just keep trying to join in bits to keep it fluid. So you go there ish, and that is going to go there like that. Again, my hinge is up here, so I don't mind to trim on the sides that don't have a hinge on. No, I can't get it. I'll have to trim it with my scissors. And that's my print. I couldn't see it for a minute. That's my print coming down here. But I haven't quite gone tall enough, look, underneath there with the music paper. So this is where I'm going to put in that little bit of that and make it look like it's fed all the way down. So put that there like that. That will sit there like that, and then that gives us that page. And I will obviously come back and decorate across the tops. These are just my backgrounds to cover up the Christmas cards. So, like you see, now I've done it, look, which I said I didn't want to do, because we've actually got a hinge there. No, we haven't. It's all right. I'm having an unnecessary panic. I just don't want to be trimming round hinges and losing them. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is our cover page. We can trim that as well. This is our cover page. This is the underside, and then this is the one that goes that way. Okay, so now we're still coming downwards. So a bit more of our music paper. Just make sure we're not over the hinge fold, because that would be a bit of a problem. I've also got some music paper here, so I think I'm going to use this bit as well and line that up into that corner. Got a bit of excess here, just want to trim this away because this is bothering me. That's better. Okay, so this is on that corner, so we've got a double bit of music. I'm going to add in some of the newsprint. I think maybe there. And then it's going to be short there, So I think we'll add it up this top corner. So we've got our long bit there, like that, and then we can put our shorter bit there, like that. Where is my tear ruler? There it is. Okay. Now, what do I want? I would like, I need some of that purple, don't I? I think we've used all that now. Oh no. Ah, we can use this, can't we? So let's get ourselves a nice little tarnish, just so that it's not too square. And I've super torn that now, haven't I? That's okay. We'll put that piece through there. This is a pine cone. You don't really have butterflies in pine cones, but we can definitely have a poppy. You know how I all feel. You all know how I feel about poppy. So we'll put that one there, like so. Trim that off because we definitely don't need those pieces. Like that. Now, what am I've got a little tiny bit here, so we almost need like a stamp for down there, or maybe we could use that we tore from the other side. I'll just slide it along a bit so that it sits there like that. Now we need some of that mauve or something else mauve, and I've just spied at the corner of my eye in this replicas bag I have got one of these faux tickets, so I think we'll tear that, pardon me, we're going to pop that. I've got a bit of a hiccup going on. Yeah, I've had breakfast. Don't quite know why. I think I'm going to lift it up like that so that I can just pop something else under there before it sticks down. And I quite like this that I've now stuck to my glue book, but never mind. Just more and more layers. I love layers. And then what have I got? I'm just looking for a stamp. I don't seem to have any more of those stamps, which is a little bit frustrating. But I have got this piece here, so tear that there and put that there, and that'll be that page done. Whoops. Now obviously you could use almost an entire paper pad doing this. Oh, I want to cut that down because we're losing our music paper again. There we go. And then it would be totally cohesive because you'd be using different pages from the book. And obviously that goes that way. So and then that's going to come down. So this is still going downwards. You just need to keep checking your direction. I would hate for anyone to, you know, it's quite a lot of effort really to do all this and then realise that what you've done is stuck some of your paper upside down. Although, to be honest, we turn things around, don't we? I'm going to turn that one around just to prove a point. We turn things around all the time, so it doesn't really matter. But I suppose it's the age-old thing. If you wanted it going the correct way and it wasn't, that might be a bit of a annoyance for you, a bit of a headache. I'm going to do that there like that, and then I'll tear that piece off. There's not a hinge there, is there? Please don't let there be a hinge there. No, there's no hinge. All good. Right. Okay. Whoops, sorry, I've just jogged you, haven't I? Now this is going here, I don't care. I've been trying to use this on all of the pages, so it's actually now going on. There you go, it's on. No arguments. Pick that up so that I can pop some stuff underneath. And we're going to start with that one, and that will go there. And then, oh no, butterflies. We can't use butterflies. Oh, but we've got our ticket. So let's put our extra piece of ticket on there, and then that can stick down there like that, and we get glue under our edge. That goes like that, and then I feel like I need a continual piece down there, so what have I got? Oh, let's have a little flick. Have we got too much colour going on these pages? Do we feel that maybe just a piece of standard book page might work? Let's try that. Let's come all the way down there so we've got a nice straight line. That might be quite nice actually. So, quick double check for naughty words. No, that all looks good. So, and then I'm going to line that up down the edge at the top, and then I'm going to pull that up there, like so. So that's where it's stuck there, and then it's going to come down or up there like that. That's that one, and then like that. Okay, so just make sure that's all. Needs a little bit extra under there. There we go. So now this one, I believe, comes down. Yes, so that's our top and that's our bottom. I think I'm going to put another bit of book page. So we've introduced that now. We can keep that going. This is almost an hour I've kept you now. Wow. So I think we'll do this page and we'll stop, because I'm sure that you have more than mastered the idea now, and you can get yourself caught up, ready for the next video. If you'd like to, you want to craft with me and make yourself a puzzle book. In fact, I'm sure there'll be some of you that will go, marching ahead. So let's pull this. Now I've done that on a hinge. No, I haven't. I'm so panicking about cutting a hinge. It's ridiculous. Right, that's that one. I just need something in this corner. Is this where we bring in our... I don't want to do that because I feel it's going to be black and white and black and white. And we've got lots of colour there. So I know it's more words, but I think I'm going to put this piece in. And then I can put music on the bottom, because this will just break it up a little bit, like so. And it just creates the layers, doesn't it? That piece is going to be too small, so we can't use that. We'll have to have a new piece from here, and that's going to then tear up on the angle like so. Perfect. Okay, so quick recap for you then. If you would like to join in and make one of these, you are going to need 6 pieces of card that are 4 by 6. You can use more, you can use less. You're going to need your 2 doors, which are smaller. Doesn't really matter what measurements they are, as long as they overlap. They must be 4 high, the same as your cards. This one is, I think it was 4.5, and this one's 3.5, to make sure they overlap. You then need your secret card, which again is 4 inches, but it's only 5 inches, and that goes in the middle. That's your secret one. Okay, and then you need your cover, which again is 4 inches high, it's 12 inches long. We scored at 6 and 6.5, and that is going to fit around there like that. And then this one, again 4 inches high, but we scored at 4 inches and at 4.5 inches, which meant the remaining piece was 1, 2, 3 inches. Okay, and then we put the long piece on the short piece, the short piece on the long piece, and when we come back we can finish that up and see if people can work out how to get into our puzzle book. So I hope that's been a bit of fun and inspiration for you. Let's pull it out of there so you can see some of what we did. Stay safe. I'll be back with you very soon. Bye bye for now.